Programming note. I said that Stuttering John is getting sued. My ADHD got it the best of me. I meant that he is suing them. My bad. Karl is still a bitch, though.
In your heart, you know he's right. And now, something completely different.
I have some things I want to talk about before we get to all the madness on the show. I find these Howard Stern haters to be fascinating. If it's my radio hero, even though I don't think he likes me, Anthony Cumia, because these friends are who are these podcasts who I think are bitches, Shuli Egar, and Stuttering John, all these people online that claim they don't need Howard Stern. Oh, Howard Stern's the worst. And then all they do is go on podcasts and talk about Howard Stern. Because I see here, Howard Stern has a done mega deal amid show getting axed rumors. So this is being reported by Yahoo News. The other reports were from Radar Online and from The Mirror, which aren't the most reputable news sites. So it looks like Howard Stern might be coming back. But here's what's funny about it. There's two parts of it. First, I see his former castmate, Stuttering John, is getting sued by that little bitch-ass Karl Hamburger, the hack, who does Who Are These Podcasts. And for people that don't know, when the Opie and Anthony show was in its prime, they did something called Jocktober, where they would make fun of other radio shows. But a lot of them I was friends with. But I listened, I thought it was funny. But then when they went off air for Anthony's racism in 2014, there was like a need for online bullying, because that's essentially what it was. So then this guy named Karl, who has no experience in media, the guy's good at like web design or whatever nerdy stuff he does. But he creates this podcast, and he's talked about me and helped me get listens. I mean, I got mean comments, but I didn't read them. But he literally creates this empire, which I'll give him credit, of just being a dick. And it's like, at the end of the day, you're just going to be remembered as a dick. And all the friends you have are people that need you for clout, because real people don't like you. People that admire you, like Anthony Cumia, because you're doing what he did, which is Jocktober, but in the podcast, Who Are These Podcasts? Of course he's going to like you. And you never call out any of Anthony's flaws that don't even need to be brought up right now. You bring up Opie all the time, but because Anthony's a fan, you side with only ripping into Opie. And then I see here that Stuttering John is going to be suing him and Shuli, who used to be on the Howard Stern show, for secretly recording his voice and mocking him. You can say whatever you want about Stuttering John, that when he worked on the Howard Stern show and he had things written for him and that he's a very cocky guy. I met him. He was nice to me, blew me off on Happy Hour, but that's fine. I forgive him. He's a narcissist. At least he did it. At least Shuli, who used to be on the Stern show, did it. But when you have these nerds, like they say in the New York Post that Karl Hamburger is a comedian, the guy's never said anything funny in his life. The only humor he has is saying the most meanest things, because he was probably made fun of growing up. At least Stuttering John went up to the princes of the world and asked edgy questions. Most people would not have had the guts to do what he did. Was it a talent? Not really, because like Fred Norris was writing everything, as we've heard, but he still did it. And I'm not saying that if you don't work in radio or media, that if you do a podcast, you don't deserve the credit. But all these people online, all these nerds in this thing called the Dabbleverse that hate me, you do realize, and this includes Anthony Cumia and Opie and all these radio shows. I saw Mark Kay, a radio host, do this. You claim that Howard Stern sucks. But there's a whole article right here that says that Anthony Cumia says that nobody cares about Howard Stern. If nobody truly cared about Howard Stern, is his listenership down? Yes. Is he not as relevant as maybe 2007 or even the 90s? Yes. But you're still talking about him. If he's being talked about, he's winning. He ain't talking about you guys. Now, I think Stern has a lot of flaws, but he also created, him and Steve Dahl, who deserves the true credit for creating quote-unquote shock jock radio. Those guys are the OGs. Everybody else, and this is coming from somebody who worshipped Opie and Anthony growing up. I used to skip school to listen to them. Them and Eddie and Jobo. But it's so funny. I know this is like a very small niche topic that most of my audience doesn't really care about. But can you just imagine these nerds and these semi-successful comedians and podcasters and former radio hosts claiming, oh, Howard Stern's past his prime. Howard Stern sucks. Nobody cares about Stern. But then you spend 25 minutes talking about him. And then you make videos about it. And the only reason you make the news is because of him. So, Howard Stern may not be the Howard Stern he was 20 years ago, but you care. And so do a lot of people. All right. What an opening segment. Called out a bunch of people online that are going to respond with a lot of hate. I don't care because I don't read it. It's my favorite thing. Scott Farrell, shake it up, gave me the best advice. One time I said, how do you deal with haters? Because he's pretty hated on at times because of his voice and his in-your-face attitude. And he gave me this advice that I'm going to read to you. Fuck them sideways. I'm going to do my Scott Farrell voice. I never respond to haters or competition. I bring my shot every day for 41 years. I always say, I'd rather you hate me than dislike me. If you worry about critics and fans, you'll never amount to shit. Let them freak out all they want. Be happy hour. Fuck everyone else. You are making a mark. Do it every day. Focus on being different and unique. Focus on being great daily. Don't fuck with suits and bosses. Do what they want. Do what they say. That's all that matters. Fuck everyone else. Literally. Second part. Those guys that hate on you probably don't like the new talented kid pushing into their space. Don't sweat anyone else. Be you. Set your own course and career. Be a badass. Fucking ignore completely the haters and tweets and podcasts and radio shows. Comments, ignore completely. It drives them nuts. Mute them. Don't block. Blocking means they know they got to you. Ignoring them is your only option. Be great. Worry about no one who doesn't like you. If they hate you, it means you're leaving a mark on them. You get under their skin. It's fantastic news that people are after you. Chill. Do great shows. Fuck them. Don't worry about other people. Worry about yourself.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
RyanHoppyRadio.com.
Happy hour will be right back.
You probably had Taco Bell before.
Whenever we're going outside, all I smell is poop.
In the nuts, and we'll call it a day.